Hey
Hello.
everybody,
Good
welcome
evening.
back to Noise Pollution Wednesday Noise. Uh, now I have broken off from the network, but I'm not about to delve into all that. So we're trying to bring our own Wednesday Noise, and we have our regulars. So yeah, I want everybody to introduce themselves, starting with Elijah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Elijah, and I co host Noise Pollution on Mondays and Thursdays, and now Wednesdays, episode one. And I think we're going to have a lot of interesting topics to talk about, and I'm glad to see everybody's doing okay.
Good now, Lilith.
Yeah. Some people know me. I'm on Noise Pollution's on Mondays and Thursdays show, and obviously on Wednesday. And I myself only do so far AI music, available on my Rumble account.
Okay, roadkill.
All right. Hey, my name is Roadkill. I'm gonna be doing my own thing soon. I hang out a lot with Noise Pollution and his crew. You can catch us Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Um, it's good to be here in the afternoon and not so late at night. So, thanks for having me, and let's talk some shit.
Indeed.
And Rhoda.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Rhoda. I have a channel that at the moment seems to be mainly about streaming Tomb Raider, but it's supposed to be more varied than that. Be working on that when my day job calms down a bit. Um, yeah, you can normally find me here on Wednesdays and Thursdays on Noise Pollution channel, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays on Will of the Vans channel. And I just like to hang out and talk about stuff with people. So let's go.
Okay, so yeah, I have the show on my usual, network time, but this is not in competition. If I was going to go that far, I would have kept the name, which anybody can use any name they want. But I'm trying to show a spirit of cooperation, right? A spirit of not demeaning people, which some people could learn lessons on. But I digress. Welcome everybody we have here up in chat. See, we have Valkyria Winter, we have Valerian, and from one panel we have Lilith. We have Slay Every Game. We of course we have myself. Um we have Rhoda, he's on panel. We have Raquel. Hey, nice to see you here. We do have some interesting topics today. I think I'll start off with a quick one, but of course the conversation could go on for a while. So, Valve, the company that runs Steam, is introducing new peripherals. One is a VR headset, and it runs on, unless I'm mistaken, a Snapdragon processor, which is a mobile processor, not the x86 architect like most modern computers do. They're also releasing a Steam box meant to be hooked up to your TV. So, you have your Steam Deck, and it's great. I think it's truly great. I think it's one of the best things to come along in years. But now, if you just want the experience on your TV, you can have it. And I believe they claimed it was 6 times more powerful, but I would imagine they're speaking of the graphic processing power. And the Steam controller, the long requested Steam controller. Now, they had a Steam controller previously, but they only sold it for a short time, and now you can't buy them anymore. Now they have upgraded the design, and they will be releasing sometime early in next year this new Steam controller. And I'll definitely be buying that. I don't know if I can afford the rest, but I'll definitely be aiming for that Steam controller. I'm going to bring up a short video clip that is demonstrating the Steam box. At least the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean, I decided a while ago that I'm not going to be buying a console next generation. I'm going to be like switching more PC based, and that was after like getting some experience with a Steam Deck, which I really like. So I think I'm going to actually seriously look into that Steam box. I'm really very interested in that.
Yeah, so you notice it has a changeable faceplate. So I mean, think about it. It right out of the box is customizable as far as you got a box, just a plain black box sitting there. So you're like, oh, you can customize the faceplate. That's I think that's a great idea.
Mm.
Oh, it is. Also, I liked it when the Steam box it was sitting in the shrubbery like it's hiding. It was kind of cute.
A shrubbery.
So of course, one reason I'm a big supporter of what Valve is doing with the Steam Deck and the things to come is because they support open source software. They don't just put Linux on there, but they write code and give it back to the community in the spirit of the GPL license, which
Yeah.
is I forget, new something license. But anyway, you can expand the code. You can make the code better, add to it, as long as you contribute it back to the originators, and that way, everyone grows from it. Unlike some circles out there, they don't allow others to grow. But anyway, I like the spirit of open source, and yes, Linux is the way forward, providing they keep the identity politics out of the people running it.
Agreed.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that Linux is more customizable because you can use it and it's pretty much the same each time. I mean, and the thing about Windows is I find that one backwards update and your stuff is wrecked.
Yep.
And sometimes it
Mm.
can be wrecked permanently. So
Yeah.
to me,
I
Linux would
still
be
will not get
study
Windows
to
11.
use.
I don't trust it. I mean, I didn't want to have fucking Windows 10. I didn't even want to have fucking Windows 7. I liked XP. That one I
So
was good at.
from Raquel, does the controller have to be Xbox buttons? I hope the buttons can be changed to PlayStation buttons. That's a nice point. But I
Hmm.
suppose, I mean, what is it? We have, what is it, two or is it three different styles of buttons out there? I know there's Nintendo, there's Sony, and then there's Microsoft. I know there's at least two, with the the triangles and and the A's and B's. Does anybody know? Is there two or is there three
Yes.
different
Three,
variations?
three different layouts. No, I believe it's two, but but they do different things. They mean different things. With the two layouts. But Steam, if you're operating on Steam in your settings, and controller layout, they have, well, at least on the Steam Deck, they have a preset selection of
Oh
what
yeah,
you would prefer. So you can have that button mean this
yeah,
thing, and you don't even have to like do the whole, click this button, click this button, click this button. You don't have to do all that stuff. They have pre-made, layouts for people that prefer PlayStation buttons. But I
yeah.
go off
When
of I'm confused all the time because I have many different devices. So like if it goes too long without playing a PlayStation, I have to like look down and I'm like, okay, triangle.
yes,
To a
when
certain
when
degree,
you're when
yeah.
you're running in Steam OS, it will give you the option of which layouts do you want to be seen on screen. It's like, oh, hit X or hit square. You can change options. It can even detect your controller and auto change it. So yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, you run into those differences. That is something that Valve is working on per- to perfect it.
I'm
Mm.
worried. I'm
There is
worried
some
about
fear.
Steam because the dude's going to be dipping out soon, and I wonder what's going to happen because a few years ago, up until this point, we all feel in our guts that Steam is the future, not these consoles that try to fucking smash you into a box and go, this is what you get, enjoy it. So whereas Steam is a little bit more, do what you want to do. Also, you can buy that game off the shelf for $20 instead of 50. And so that's why I love Steam, man. That should be the way to go, but I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
Well, to me, excuse me, to me, Steam has a lot more. It's like I said, it has a lot more um, options than everything else. But what I'm wondering is if they're going to try to sell this as a bundle with the VR, the controller, and the box,
Well,
or is it separately?
I doubt it'll be a bundle. I mean, they may offer a bundle, but I'm sure they'll also have it separately. Now, see, the thing about the Steam Deck is, I don't know about now, but for the longest time, it was not in any storefront. You had to get it from Valve.
Correct.
And it still
Mm.
sold millions. It still sold millions, and it launched all these other companies. Like, oh my God, look what they're doing. We gotta jump in on this too. And now you have a whole market of it. And what Valve is doing is very smart. They're going, no, we're not just gonna release another variation with slight improvements. We're gonna wait till the technology's there, and then we're going to release the Steam Deck 2, which is going to be massively more powerful. I think that's a smart move.
Of
Well,
course it is.
Raquel had a question about she wanted to know if she should go with Microsoft or Linux on her new PC.
Well, myself, I always go with Linux. That's me. I would say familiarize yourself with Linux some. Of course, when you go searching, they're gonna be like, bring up the command prompt and put these commands in, but that is almost never necessary. There's a graphical user interface for everything. Linux has been made easier and smoother than Windows by far these
yeah.
days.
Don't be
But-
afraid of
but-
Linux, Rocco. It's
But you
different
have
now.
to be careful which direction you're entering the Linux scene from, because there's still also some shortcomings, but there's also advantages. I would say familiarize yourself with the whole scene and figure out the best way to go. Maybe have it on another computer to test it out, or dual boot. Dual boot is a great option. Just be sure you use guides to know how to set that up.
Well, which distro would you suggest for her since she's just starting out?
Is she gaming or is she doing like work or both?
She said it was primarily for Steam.
Oh, Linux.
Yeah, but which distro?
So
Ah.
what St. Hugo is saying is Kali Linux. I take, which unless I'm mistaken, that one is security based. If I remember correctly, that one is security based. Now, of course, if you want super friendly, but you can go Linux Mint, but their stuff is a little outdated and a little limited. If you want to go with more, the standard is Ubuntu. I don't like GNOME. I would avoid GNOME. I would use KDE. One that's catching on big right now for its gaming performance is Cashy OS. Like Cash, like CACHY, Cashy OS. So, is there anybody we haven't gotten their take on these Valve new market?
I have
Rhoda.
Bird. Mhm.
I did just I had a little bit to add. Firstly about the I think there's 3 controller layouts, because although the Nintendo and Microsoft ones are pretty much exactly the same, I think the X and Y and A and B buttons are labeled in a different order, which obviously annoys you if you're looking at shit on screen and you're trying to type it in. And I find it quite amusing that like the Steam Deck is kind of looks like a Switch, and then like with this new Steam box, they've gone back in time and it looks like a GameCube.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
so
not
true.
particularly relevant. I just think it's amusing.
You stole what I wanted to say.
Here's the thing.
Oh, sorry, Alf.
When they have a computer or a console, even, they'll look at it at first and then they'll never really pay attention to it again.
Mhm.
Now, at least this one has a customizable big front flat faceplate that you can always be like, hey, I'm tired of seeing that. Let me change it. Imagine
That's
that.
cool.
That'd be great. Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I like that. I wish Sony always did that. I wish they did that more. Because I was like, dude, you could be like cash cowing the ability to change faceplates, but no one did it. Really, no one like really played into it.
Oh, they did release
Yeah.
some PS4s with special designs.
They did,
If,
yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
my
oh yeah,
brother
yeah,
has
because you
one
could
with
take
Darth
off
Vader
to
on it.
change your hard drive. So yeah, you could change that strip with something, but
Mhm.
or you could buy
Sony
it.
released loads of faceplates for the PS5, and loads of third parties did as well.
Well, shame on me. I don't know.
if,
I
if,
haven't, dude.
if
I haven't
Valve
touched my PS5 in a year.
if Valve wanted to be contrary, they could put 1, 2, 3 the numbers on the buttons.
Yeah, true.
Why not?
Oh
Why not?
yeah, when you get those Timu controllers, not Timu, but off-brand, then they come in the mail and they're like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, so I just want everybody to know we are monetized. We can get super chats, gifts, memberships, obviously. This is true on Rumble and on YouTube. And if none of that works for you, I also have 2 different donation links, whether it's PayPal or whether it's Cash App, that you can also donate toward to show your support. And we would all be very grateful.
And Byron was in the chat. I seen his name fly by.
Oh,
So-
yeah. So, as I always do, I like to point people. I like to welcome them. And Byron of Sidious, and we have Saint Hugo, and
Hi, Hugo.
obviously Raquel. I believe I pointed her out before, but
Yeah, you
whatever
did.
the case, whatever the case,
Welcome in, guys.
it's
Thank you for
great-
being here.
It's great to see you here. Yeah.
Aye.
Here's the
Okay.
thing that sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, Lilith. You had something to say on this?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. What doesn't impress me at all is
So
the
you had something to say?
VR.
Hot mic. Sorry.
What happened? Whatever.
Nothing.
What
Feedback.
doesn't
It was
impress me
feedback.
is- okay, yeah. It sounded weird. What did not impress me is the VR headset kind of deal, because it's just something I personally dislike. I like to play my games with my hands and my eyes. I don't want to be in the game. That's not for me at all. And I was very confused about this controller thingy discussion, because the only difference in the controllers is if you take the Xbox One, the analog sticks are not on the same level. With the PlayStation, but else, the buttons are all the fucking same. So what's the fucking difference?
But
the stick-
no, I'll tell you the difference. The Steam Deck controller, or the Steam controller rather, has 2 touch pads which are programmable. You can make a circle wheel menu on one of them, and you could do whatever. You could program it any which way you like. And not only that, it has sensors on the grip to know when your hands are near it, which then can be incorporated into the games. And it has tons of features and functions, but that's to name a couple.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Steam
Yeah.
controller is pretty dope.
I was not aware of this. I mean, here's the thing. I'm a pretty big fan of the Xbox One controller, because I have little hands and it just feels good in my hands. I prefer it over the PlayStation One, and
Heresy.
Nintendo at the moment has the Switch, and I don't do the Switch. My mother's plays the Switch, and they have the Switch too. So does my sister and my aunt. But it was never nothing to me. And thinking back at the controllers of Nintendo, the one that I liked was the SNES controller and the NES controller. But the N64 pissed me off, and I didn't like the one for the GameCube either. I think they don't make good controllers at all, but that's just my opinion. So I was a bit confused about the what's the difference if the button is called a square or X? It's the same fucking button. I was like, what?
Well,
Okay,
the
look,
thing is,
and
that you're
the
playing
older one,
multi-platform,
same.
and the buttons are labeled differently.
Yeah, but there's
and
When the
it's-
game is telling you hit X, and you're like, I don't have an X. What are you talking about?
No,
Oh,
my
dang.
X is now an
Oh.
A on my Steam Deck. So yeah, and the X is the
Oh,
square
okay,
on the
I
PlayStation.
okay.
Yeah,
I kind of understand, but then again, everyone played fucking Microsoft games or Xbox. Everyone played PlayStation. Everyone played.
No,
Nintendo.
not
So
everyone.
you do know.
I stuck to PC games.
Yeah, me too. But before I got into the PC Master Race realm, I grew up with consoles. I mean, I
Okay,
got
but my
fucking
point
NES
is,
when I was 6 years old.
I hadn't touched a console since PS1. Not everybody goes
Oh.
through all of them. So yeah, not everyone. Now the VR,
True.
I've used the VR and I liked it, but it will disorient you. It will
Yeah.
fuck with your head so much, and ultimately I just don't see it becoming the mainstay thing. It's going to continue being a niche market, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
like the idea of VR. I really don't. I think it's got too much of a potential to become like, because it deprives your senses of the reality that you're actually in, whereas looking at a screen and playing with the controller doesn't. I think it has a terrible and dangerous potential to become extremely addictive.
I got kind of seasick. I played at a friend's this Tomb Raider game with the VR headset, and I felt kind of seasick, like dizzy and stuff. I really
I've
didn't
never
like it.
played VR.
Yeah, I just did it. I mean, here's the thing. The VR shit is not new. This is ancient. When I was a teenager, my father brought me to a place with back then, of course, bad graphics, but it was still a VR system, and I tried it out, and I was like, "That's not gaming. That's something else."
Yeah, I mean, we used to have kids programs about it. There was a thing in the UK called Nightmare, with like night with a K. And like one kid would put on this video headset and the other kids would have to direct them around, and it was really weird.
Wow,
Really weird.
interesting.
So
Mm.
Slay Every Game was meant to be on the panel today, but he's having technical issues. So yeah, we all understand that. I mean, system crash, right? But we're not that show.
Yeah, well, shit
Uh,
happens.
Yeah, you can almost guarantee that my camera will shit the bed before the end of the show.
There will be shit in the bed.
Yeah,
I don't want to sleep there.
I know Roadkill, he enjoys his Apple products.
Oh
But
my
I'll
god.
leave that at that. I'll leave it there. But I know at some point you intend to become a real boy and get a real computer.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, I've moved away from Apple. Okay, yeah, I have the mobile devices and that will always remain. But no, Microsoft is what I've always used. I did use Linux a couple times back in the day, but it's been so long. I'm like, I wonder what it's like now. But I'm usually a Microsoft user myself.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was already here, but welcome Valkyria Winter. Which by the way, Valkyria, you are welcome on the panel.
Yeah. But it just seems to me,
And Midnight Lady Buggo.
yeah. Well,
Go
it
ahead.
just seems to me from a design perspective, strictly speaking, aesthetically, as a design, it's very sleek and very uniform, which that always goes good. And the fact that it's customizable and the way you can have it looking is just a plus to me anyway. So that's a good thing.
Well, I'm not gonna get all of these products, but I am excited to see it. Now, I believe what Roadkill said is correct. When Gabe, what was his name, Gabe Newell, when he passes away, I will have great concern for that company. Right now, they're doing most things great. I do believe their cost to sell a game on Steam is too high. I absolutely agree with that. But besides that, I think they're doing great. When I've seen how they did with the Steam Deck, the marketing, the right to repair, they'll let you return it and have it repaired for long after you purchased it. That it supports open source. I think they're doing an incredible job there. And when Gabe Newell, he's on the older side, and when he's no longer around or he steps down, yeah, I think that company's gonna go the way of the rest of them.
Yeah. Someone's
Well,
going
you
to
know,
step in and
No.
try to monetize everything, and it's going to
Also,
fuck
I have
everything
a
up.
confession to make, if I may. I actually hated Steam at first because I was used to install my games with the CD key, and then
Okay.
suddenly there was Steam, and I couldn't no longer install my games. I needed to download this Steam, which was new. I got it the first year. It was because of piracy and things like that. And I was very concerned because now I'm giving all my money and games to a platform, and I was not trusted. And I was right so because
Well,
my Steam account was even stolen. But here's the thing: they gave me back all my games. All I lost is my saves and my time. They are a really good company, and with time, I got to love Steam, and I would hate to see them fall like
well,
Noise said.
I
The rest of all does.
I do agree with you there. Ideally, we get our games, we own our games, and they won't require internet connection. Ideally. Unfortunately, I think that's a bygone thing of the past now, unfortunately. But for what we have to work with now, Steam is great. Yeah, if I had
Mhm.
my way, it would be like the old games. You got your game and you know, he's not required to be online to sign into it because then when the servers go down, the game's gone. It's just gone.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm old enough. Of course, Noise is older, but I'm old enough to remember the days where you didn't need to be online for shit. My first PC I owned, I didn't have internet yet,
Mm.
and I played my games, just installed them and played them,
Well,
and
we
then
have
and there was Steam, and at first I hated it.
we
Now I
have
love it.
companies like Good Old Games, GOG as I like to call it, and they support DRM free. But here's the thing: is for one, besides it being a very woke company, besides that, some of these games you can get them without DRM, meaning you can share it, you can keep it. But some of these games still require an online connection in order to log into the game, and there where the that's where the problem lies.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I think that a lot of
That's another great point there.
Mm.
the another thing about it is I think there's going to come a time in the gaming industry when they're going to go back to, if you buy a game, it's yours, because there's too many people getting all upset, and rightly so, that if they buy a game online, it's not theirs.
They've been
Okay.
telling us to get used to it for years, Elijah, for like 10
Yeah,
years now. They're
yeah.
like, there were news reports when Kotaku was actually a decent source. They were like, the companies are like, fuck you, this is where we're going, so get used to it. And I don't think they're going back. They're gonna force this further.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
will own nothing,
So
and you will like it. There
so
will
the
be the
payment processing thing, I think is coming from the payment processors and the governments of the world. I doubt these game companies are going, nope, we're not taking your money on these games anymore. You know, there's a lot of people are placing the blame incorrectly, and if they resist what's being put down on them from on high, they could be crushed for it. So I mean, maybe it is someone on like Valve, for example. I don't know, but I think most of it's coming from on high.
I think we need to start sailing the sailing the seas more.
Yep.
there will be ships.
Wait, what do you mean more? I can't sell the seas any harder.
I know. Oh, right on.
Yeah,
I've been out of the water for a while. I need to get back in.
Well, that's okay. We'll get you a boat.
Thank you.
yeah, there will be
A
ships.
boat.
There will be ships. My ship is called the Queen of Wrath.
Nice.
It's a good ship. No,
Yeah.
but be real. I will pay full price for a game when I support the company who made it. And I think that they did a good job. But if you were fucking with me, like streaming services and shit like that, there will be ships. No way I'm gonna pay for that dump. Mm-mm.
The
Yeah.
one thing that I find that I like about the Steam Deck now, I don't own one, but I've seen Noise use his. You can play multiple games on it from various platforms,
You
and
got
I
to
think
get you
that's
one,
a good
Elijah.
thing.
Even
You know,
if you're like a, you like to play like little cutesy farm games. Like it's just cool to have it wherever you go. And
Okay,
if
the
you're
fact
bored,
is,
yeah,
if you look up the guides and go through the process, you can put an Android emulator on it. You can have a full desktop with a full desktop browser.
yep.
You
Mhm.
you can you can do Android games, you can do Windows games, and even straight Linux based games and web games. I mean, the thing
All your
is it
emulators.
is a 99% so a full PC.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
And-
I was gonna say. Isn't it like a baby PC compared to consoles, who are consoles, and there will be console gremlins.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
the
dude,
Steam Deck is like a baby PC.
it is. I own the Steam Deck, the Legion Go, and the Ally, the Asus Ally, and it's amazing to have that much power in your hands. And it's been what, 2 years, and they're still, 16 gigs of RAM. They're still running like tanks, and I'm like, damn, dude, this is the way of the future, man. I don't need to be
Well,
sat down in the couch and staring at a TV to play my games. I can take my games
well,
anywhere.
see, a lot of people have put Windows on their Steam Decks, and it chugs. It's too.
I wouldn't do that.
It's
Nope.
so much slower with Windows on.
Windows works better on
Yeah.
Windows devices. I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
So we have some news here that seems rather fresh. Hassan Piker was detained in China by the police. He was then forced to let them go through his phone in Tiananmen Square. So this is the same clown who called America a police state. He also shocks his dog and once called for violence against Senator Rick Scott and said MAGA supporters should be shanked. How he has never been arrested or investigated for those comments. He's an Antifa asset and is paid to push violence on his platform. How has Twitch not suspended him? This guy is entirely too protected.
Oh, that's so true.
Oh, dear.
Also, I knew the Chinese thing, of course, because I'm keeping up with the news of the day, so to speak. And yeah, what the funny thing is, after he got arrested, he was bashing American cops, say that they are worse, while being detained in China for having something on
Okay,
his
look.
phone he shouldn't have. The
You're-
hypocrisy is legendary.
No,
Yeah.
okay. Your initial encounter with American police may be worse, but once you're locked up in China, I bet you're gonna get so much worse treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Those
as an
people don't
American.
play.
Yeah.
I know things, and that's very true. I need to say, from a European standpoint, that at times, watching the law enforcement in the USA, it looks kind of rough, but I understand the notion behind it.
That picture.
And comparing it to China is just ridiculous. Oh my God. Okay, that's a good picture.
And yeah, she brought the tanks. Good.
No, that's the picture of standing in the way of. But anyway.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Never
Oh,
mind. never mind.
okay. I
No,
know
no,
what
no,
you're
no.
referencing.
Yeah, I thought it was obvious. Whatever.
Karma. Yeah, I'm not here. I don't want to celebrate anybody's misfortune. I mean, well, maybe part of me kind of does, but I don't want to be ugly like that.
No,
But
dude,
I'll
fuck
just
that guy.
I'll just say
No, no,
karma.
no. I'm saying this loud and proud. Hamas Didi Hussein as Austrian painter fucking Palpatine Piker can fuck off. That he is not arrested.
Hey,
is
listen, okay,
atrocity.
he got arrested, and we can laugh about that. But what may come afterwards, if he's like really done up there, I think that's unfortunate. I wouldn't be laughing at that point.
Yeah.
No, not in this condition. What I
Not
want
laughing,
to
but
see
I'd
is-
have a side smile.
what I want to
Well,
see is
you know,
justice.
I don't
He
wanna
he
see-
should be.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lilith.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. I just was saying I would like to see the United States of America lock up his ass for what he did.
Yes.
Incitement of violence, terrorist support. As far as I know, those are actual felonies. You can get locked up for that shit, as you should. And Noise, I need to correct you. He meant to slice and dice property owners, landlords. You made a little mistake there, but that
You're
doesn't
not
matter.
correcting me. I was reading what was posted there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't need to be offensive here. I just This guy really grind my
But
gears.
see, I, for one, when I say things, I say to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my understanding. I'm not one of these kind of people like, I have spoken, therefore it is. And I know too many people that way.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the wrong stance to have.
I just with Piker, it I'm glad he's getting some justice served, but at the same time, I don't want to be too I don't want him to I don't wish bodily harm, you know, cuz I know some of those jails and things like that can be really really rough.
No, no, I
So
didn't say
there's
that.
a no, I'm speaking for myself. And I think that he needs justice served, but at the same time, it needs to be fair.
Yes, of course, it needs to
That's
be
all
fair
I
and
mean.
humane. I don't wish any harm on him on that level.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
I know. I wasn't
that's
speaking
not what
for.
I was saying, but I would like to be justice to be had. If you act a certain way, if you do something, there needs to be consequences, and he is avoiding them for many years now. I mean,
Yes.
he should be banned of Twitch permanently for years now. But that's not gonna happen because this fucking Clancy character kind of has a big fat boner for him, and
He,
Mhm.
this company is trash.
he is vile. And I believe even a good many people on the left think this. Hassan Piker is vile. We
Yes.
know people on the right that's vile also. That you know they can play it up in front of a camera, but you'll find out.
Yeah.
But we really shouldn't, you know, associate with vile people.
Mm,
No, Hassan Piker. It's understandable why everybody's harping on him. While everybody's like, "Good, he got his ass arrested." Yeah, so yeah, I get that, and he shocked his dog. I mean, not to mention the vile things he said.
Yeah. I mean, he is
here's
just horrible.
here's the
He's a piece of
thing
shit.
that is his which is incoming here is there is an alleged a claim of pedophilia at him too. Destiny and he having much drama at the moment um, about this. And if you watch this guy and listen to him, it is not out of the realm of possibility. It's kind of like a fact. We're saying alleged because we don't want to get sued because of defamation, but everyone can make their own minds up. But he is way worse than most people think, I think, because I know human minds very well, and he is really at the bottom of it. He's really
Well,
not good people.
I'm not going to watch him because I don't want to be I don't want to give him any
I
more
never watched
revenue
him.
than he's
I've
already
never seen
getting.
him in my
Well,
life until like what 5 months ago when people were like, "Oh, check this guy out," and I was like, "Who the fuck
okay,
is this piece of
yeah.
shit?"
So people can clip me and clip the worst moments, and then make a compilation of my worst moments. I'm still gonna look better than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we all would. I think me snoring on camera would be better than anything he's ever done.
Agreed, agreed. Even if I crash out because I'm shit faced and I'm shouting around because Hassan shot his dog, is still better.
I suppose
That
the
dude,
majority-
that clip of you, Lilith, when you were like, "I fucking hate people." I was
Yeah,
I was dying,
I'm
dude.
so,
sorry. I'm sorry. I got
That would
into
be a great intro for a metal song.
Yeah.
so I suppose the morality of it is: do we judge people on their worst moments? And here's the thing: some people's like, I don't judge. Bullshit. It's human nature. You judge whether you're aware of
Yep.
it or not.
Yep.
Yeah, the first thing you do if you meet someone is judge them instantly, if you
Yep.
want or not. It is the first thing you do.
Couldn't we
We
say that's
judge
like a
all
defensive
the
mechanism?
fucking
If you
time.
stand there and say I don't judge, then you're trying to make out that you're the better person because you're the one who doesn't judge.
Yeah,
Therefore,
yeah,
you're
it's all
actually
fake. It's
judging.
all fake.
Yeah.
It's all
And in
fake.
many
People
cases,
feel
when
it.
you're looking down on, I'm not talking about Hassan here, but when you're looking down on others, sometimes you're not aware of it. But usually, that's if you know anything about psychology, it's a self defense mechanism to boost yourself up.
Mhm.
Hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, it could be seen that way, but I would rather say it is if someone goes against the morals you have established, they will be beneath you in your eyes. You will
Yes.
judge them as lesser because their morals don't reflect yours anymore. For example, I would never hurt animals. At the same time, I hunted animals for food. But someone who hurts their animals that are pets, they are instantly below me. And there is no way around it. I stand above now in my mind, and rightly so, because my morals tell me to do so.
Yeah, it's back in our lizard brain. You know, that ancient sort of thing we all have. It's a defense mechanism to go, I don't want to be around that. And the judgment is there, but it takes intelligence and a little bit of kindness to actually mean, look, we'll use someone that we know, for instance, that's into something that we all find not cool, but but we accept him and we don't judge him for it. If you get my drift, you guys on the
Yeah,
panel.
that's the reason why humans are different from animals,
Yeah,
because
I
we
don't.
can
Yeah,
make
I don't hold it against him. I don't talk about it behind his back. But that's what you're into. Whatever, man. I don't care. Like, I'm not gay, but if you're gay, I don't care. Like, seriously, like, I don't get any chills or any like weird feelings. That some people will, though. They'll be like, okay, fine, and they're like, weirdo. But me, I'm like, whatever, man. Whatever makes you happy.
Well, to me, it's none of my business unless
Hmm.
it's like goes against nature and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, when they
Yeah,
make it your business, though, when they tell you something
Yeah.
personal, and then you're like, okay, all right, how do I deal with this? And this all happens within seconds. I'm not talking
it
about
does.
you're sitting down, writing it down, taking notes. It happens in seconds, and you're like, that's whatever, man.
It
Hmm.
is a gut
We
feeling.
So
As sorry, noise, please.
we have Furious Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Woo, he's a VTuber now.
A lot of people,
Hey guys.
might consider Dan their personal dog.
Oh,
Hi,
this,
We
Dan.
don't
hi,
we don't
Marge.
do
How's it
that
going?
here.
This looks new.
We don't. A lot of people. We have feedback.
Yeah.
A lot of
Well,
people might
Something off.
consider Dan their personal dog. We don't do that here. We protect our own.
Yep. Yeah, I am gonna be. I think next week I'm gonna end up being on Tomby's on Chinwags, yo.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Congratulations,
He
man.
had
That
me.
dude, Tommy's big.
Yeah.
Tommy
I was
is
supposed to
nice
be there
people.
today, but I decided to be here instead. So I could come in, and he asked me to come anytime I want, but I don't like to disturb people. I like to ask because he did ask me to come in like months ago. He's been dying he's been dying for me to be on his show. So
And
don't
he
mind
is
him
also
back coming here because I got the
in the
family
most.
here. So
It would fit.
Oh,
He's
we have
also.
yet another
Tommy's good
person.
people.
ah,
Valerian.
Valerian,
Hi,
Valerian,
Valerian.
Hey,
Hi.
Valerian.
Valerian. You got a Jack Russell,
Hey.
right?
No, I have a Boston cross
Wow.
and
Yeah, I
I
thought you
have
had a
Dan,
Jack Russell.
a German
I
short.
congratulate you on your success on your shorts and getting invited to
Thank
other
you.
shows.
Thank you, man. You know what it is? It's just people look for me because it's not because I work hard. It's just I'm really charisma. I got a lot of charisma with people. I'm real good with
Charismatic.
people. That's why. And I'm very socialized. So just put it that way. I'm just like to have fun. My main thing is just stay positive and just keep moving forward. And don't let negativity get to you. That's all.
Hey.
You know.
Okay, yeah. Just make sure you keep your dignity and self-worth, and I encourage that to everyone out there, the audience, the panel. So yeah.
all right.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next topic.
Right.
So Denmark banned social media for children under 15. Now I got a little bit of reading to do here. Denmark's government announced Friday plans to ban social media access for anyone under 15, aiming to shield children from harmful content and commercial pressures online. The measure would allow some parents, after a specific assessment, to permit children to access platforms starting at age 13. Enforcement details remain unclear, as many tech companies already restrict preteens from signing up, though officials acknowledge such restrictions often fail. So the person that's being referenced in here is Carolyn Stage, Denmark Minister for Digital Affairs. 94% of Danish children under 13 have profiles on at least one social media platform, or more than half of children under 10 do. Imagine that. That's a lot. That's a whole hell of a lot. She praised tech giants as the greatest companies that we have. I don't know if I would do that, but they have an absurd amount of money available, but they're not simply not willing to invest in the safety of our children, invest in the safety of us all. That's because they make their money by depending on those children joining. So the move follows Australia's December decision to ban social media for children under 16, exposing platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit, and X, and Instagram to fines up to $33 million for failing to prevent underage accounts.
I vote for one thing. I got a perspective on this. I vote for TikTok to go away. TikTok is not educational. TikTok is not good for these young kids nowadays. And because of TikTok, these kids are being so disrespectful, and they be doing some dumbest shit. Everything that like they be doing the most dumbest thing in the world. They go and look, then go and do what they're not supposed to do. Next thing you know, they regret what they have done.
Wait a second. Dan, aren't you aware that TikTok is psychological warfare from China against the USA?
Of course, because
it rots the youth.
Exactly.
It
and
is
the thing is,
psychological warfare, nothing else.
But it doesn't rot from the Chinese kids over there. Education over there.
I have a little bit more reading here just to fine-tune the point. Denmark plans to use its national electronic ID system available to nearly all citizens over 13 and create an age verification app to enforce the ban. What we can do is force the tech giants to make proper age verification, and if they don't, they will be fined up to 6% of their global income. That'll barely be a hit for them, but the EU's Digital Services Act already forbids children under 13 from holding accounts on major social platforms and AI companion apps. So, yeah, they're not going to force these companies to do anything because 6% is pocket change for them in many cases. And I don't know, some will go along, but I just don't see this very well enforced either way.
Yeah, if they raised it to 20, it'd be totally different. And like Dan said, or Lilith said, TikTok in China is like educational, whereas TikTok here is fucking trash for kids. It's look at me smash beads, look at me eat Tide Pods. It's fucking stupid bullshit. And I think getting rid of this ban or banning it for people up to that age is a great idea. Personally.
Yeah, I like
like
it as an
science is
idea.
already determined. Science is already determined it's bad for even adult health if you're on there too much. Imagine a kid with too much time on their hands.
You look at all the youth and they're like, oh, my social media, my audience, I got a camera in my face. And of course that's what we're doing, but I didn't grow up with the internet. I was grown when the internet really became a thing. And I'm not doing this as, oh, I'm an influencer. You know, it's not, no, this is community, right? This is about all of us.
Right. There's a difference.
But yeah, I believe it does great damage to a young mind when they're brought into that atmosphere of keeping up this social image to the point that some of them knock themselves off when things are not going so well for them.
Correct.
Yeah, it's a problem because you end up being connected. Like as a younger person than us who actually grew up with the internet, they must have grown up constantly connected to the entire world before they properly developed their own personalities. And I think that's where we're seeing all these problems come in.
Yeah, if I may
think
speak.
so too. Well, I mean,
when it's my turn, tell me when it's my turn to speak because I have much to say
the
about it.
thing is if you take a child, a little kid, and it's the early stages of their development, a lot of parents will hand them something to keep them busy so they won't be a problem for them anymore. And what they end up doing is doom scrolling through everything, and they're eating all of that up. So it's detrimental to their learning and their development to let them do that. And I think what Denmark is doing is a very good thing.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I see it all the time. Cause like I think you all know I work in a shop, and like you see like the kids being pushed around in the trolleys, and they've got a phone or an iPad or a Kindle or something in front of them, and they're just constantly playing like silly cartoons and things to themselves, and just like, you know, not even making proper like words, just like random vocalizations and going and like these kids are like 3, 4, 5 years old, and they're not talking properly, and like if you try and if the parent tries to take the screen away from them, they go absolutely fucking apeshit. It's terrifying to see, and it's like it's only like really the last 3 or 4 years it's been this bad. Like I've seen it coming, but it's gone like
it accelerates. It
and it's gone
accelerates.
like
Yes,
since the pandemic. So 5
exponentially.
years it's gone.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and give Lilith her chance to have her segment.
Oh, that's very nice of you. And yes, I'm very much in agreement of the ban for the youth at the social media. I mean, you will ban kids from driving cars because they are not ready. You will not allow them to drink alcohol or drugs or whatever, which would be harmful to their development. And just because social media and the internet now is so prominent doesn't mean that it's not damaging. And it really is. I mean, there is the term TikTok brain. Kids nowadays cannot read a short article in a newspaper and retain the information anymore. They wouldn't be able to read a fucking book anymore. And you will tell me to my face that that is not harmful? You need to protect your children. You need to raise them right. And parents who just set their fucking children at the screen are garbage. They're just the scum of the earth. You are not good parents. That's not how you grow up. That's not how you learn. This is just disgusting. And yes, so I think the internet, especially social media, should be banned for young people. I would think it's very reasonable to make it at age 16, and I will not go too deep into the dangers of the internet, what you can learn and see, and who approaches you if you are underage. That's a whole different topic, which also should be addressed here to a certain point. I will not deep dive in this, but this shit is scary, and people needs to put a lid on it before it escalates further, because it already escalated. We have generations of mentally stumped people who grew up online on social media. That's not the real world, and their brains are kind of rotten. And we need to stop that before it's too late.
I see people well into adulthood constantly. I don't know the weird ass term that popped in my head is chasing money dick. They're like, that person will get me somewhere. Let me grab onto that. Let me grab onto that money. You know, it's, I don't know. It's petty. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
But
There's
go
a
ahead.
neighbor that I have over here by my house, and she has a little kid that's 3 years old, and she will go a whole entire day and never say one word to her kid, and her kid just sits there with an iPhone in his hand all day long. It's disgusting. I don't know how she does it, but I never see her interact with her child. Her child always has a tablet in front of his face.
She's going through something because she doesn't want to interact.
I do want to clarify my point. Yeah, all of us like to get ahead. That's great, but you know, going, no, I'm getting rid of you because you're gonna impede me, or no, I'm gonna forget about you and you're below me. That's where the pettiness and disgusting behavior comes in. I've seen it out of a good many people. It's not pointed at anyone. This is a generalization. So,
well, I mean, it's human nature to want to get ahead in life. But if you're doing it at the expense of others, then you're doing it wrong.
That's
Yeah,
literally why I
don't
dropped out of.
like humans.
That's literally why I dropped out of international business, because once I delved deeper into how to be successful as working for a giant company across the world, I got grossed out, and I was like, I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a good soul.
well, you look at you look at people like Danny DeVito, right? I'm sure he got these roles because he's essentially almost midget like, but whatever the case,
He's fun size.
he's quite a Hollywood star, if you will, and he is like legendary, known for his niceness. Or Robin Williams, where he would bring a homeless people. It's like, I'll only do this job if you hire this homeless person. These people are the ones remembered. These people are the ones that go down in history.
Well, that's like Keanu Reeves
Yeah, he's
on
good people
the
too.
set of The Matrix. He overheard some of the couple of the workers talking about how they weren't going to be able. They didn't know what they were going to do. That they couldn't make their house payment and they were about to lose their house. He went and paid their mortgage for them, the whole thing,
Yeah, he's a good
all
dude.
of it.
He's a good
Wouldn't
dude.
you
So
do that? Why
that's
wouldn't you
another
do that?
example.
That's a question I ask all the panel here.
Listen,
If you have monies, why wouldn't you fucking help your fellow man? Why would
well,
you be greedy at it? I would
really,
never understand this.
we all support each other here, and we all try to embrace those qualities. But I see it in spades in Roadkill. He is genuinely a good guy.
Yeah, he
Yes,
is.
yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That's what I've been told. Even when
He
my
loves
ex
you,
cheated on
Roadkill.
me and was leaving me, she was like, "You're a good person. You'll be fine." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude?
Mm.
That's a backhanded compliment." All right.
Yeah, she slapped you with the back of her hand,
Yeah.
fucking right at the nuts. Oh, that was a bad move. Bad
Well, you
people.
don't
Bad
worry
people.
about it.
You
You'll
is
be
good
okay.
people. She's bad people. I'm
You'll
sorry.
be all right. And that's just the truth of it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is move on to another topic. There's a bit of
Okay.
reading. Once I'm done with the reading, we will discuss. Age of Empires designer Sandy Peterson blasts modern Hollywood directors for believing they can make adaptations better. Okay, so Sandy Peterson, one of the designers for Age of Empires 2, as well as Halo Wars and Doom and Quake. Peterson observed one of the great failures of modern cinema is that when they adapt or remake something, the director is filmed with hubris that, uh, I believe that meant filled with hubris, but whatever, that he can do it better and not realizing his job to present the original vision in a new form. From there, he pointed to adaptations that he believes were well done. It was done well by Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings. He knew which parts of the book he needed to be focused on more in a film. He didn't try to fix the original works. He adapted it to a movie format, which has different needs from the book. So Peterson is not the only one to make these observations. J.R.R. Tolkien did it back in 1958 when he shared his thoughts about the film treatment of Lord of the Rings. He wrote, "The canons of narrative in any medium cannot be wholly different, and the failure of poor films is often precisely in exaggeration and in the intrusion of unwarranted matter owing is not perceiving where the core of the original lies." Now, of course, Peter Jackson, rather, J.R.R. Tolkien was an incredible writer, and it seems he structured everything in his writing style. But yeah, so I would like to hear everyone's thoughts on this.
Who goes
Um,
first?
Well, adaptations in general have been getting worse and worse because it's that they're becoming less adaptations and more self-inserts for the people who've got the job of running them. Like they seem to think like, oh, okay, I've got this title, and now I'm just going to, apply it to something that I've wanted to make, and just like, but basically apply character names from the source material from the book or from the franchise or whatever, and just like make their own movie and just change the names about and just use it to push their own narrative. And it's been I can't remember the last time there was a good like film of the book or film of the game. I really can't. It probably was Lord of the Rings.
That was the last one I saw.
yeah.
Here's the thing. There will be good remakes at times, but that's long times ago. The issue we have here is
Well,
that
this
when
isn't so
people,
much about remakes, it's about film adaptations of great books.
yeah,
Mm.
and here's the thing. We are living in a timeline where people will not adapt it at all. They try to rewrite it
Mm.
Well, especially
in the same
today
breath,
when
there are people who have nothing to say. They are just
especially
trying to
today when we
destroy.
have people trying to push a political motive and
Yes,
political opinions and identity politics.
they
Now,
use
yeah,
it as a weapon.
they're not even a fan of the original story. They're like, oh, so this is you're gonna let me do this? This gives me a chance to make my story, and that's what's happening. And this is what this game designer is referring to.
Mm.
Hmm. And
Well,
he's very smart.
to me, it's like if you take a story and then you put your own spin on it, it isn't the original story anymore because it makes no sense. It's like when this new TV show came out, Welcome to Derry. It
Mhm.
makes no sense. You got you got you got little winged demon babies flying around in the theater and all kind of stuff. It makes no sense.
Yeah, from what I've seen out of the Welcome to Dairy, they seem to have a obsession with things coming out of the vaginal area. They use it in a few scenes, and I've not really seen any connections with the original. I mean, besides that, that is not how little boys looked in the 1950s. Absolutely not.
Oh no. Well,
Interesting.
it was just too. How do I put this?
Not to say I was around in the 50s, right? But
Yeah.
my parents grew up in the 50s. You know, I've got like more than a dozen uncles that grew up in the 50s. I've seen pictures, I've seen movies. I mean, you know, whatever, right? That they were not, I don't know, the boys in the TV show are rather effeminate.
Well, the thing about it is the TV show Welcome to Derry. It puts way too much graphical emphasis on the process of birth and the whole. I mean, look.
What is up with
It's
that?
just it's just
Another thing
awful.
it does is, okay, there's black people in it, no issues. But the issues is it not being historically accurate. They have black people in positions of power that they wouldn't have been in the 1950s. They have them in jobs that you know with whites that wouldn't have been so then. It's not that oh I want to be see segregation is no. I'm saying that is not a true representation of the period piece.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
I said. History will be rewritten. There will be gender swaps, race swaps. There will be inserting of political values where it doesn't belong. And it will be all destroyed what came before that should teach us. There will be sagas. There will be stories that are important for human morale, for children growing up. And they infected with their bullshit and try to erase what was done and was good and replace it with something evil. And furthermore, the race swap thingy, I mean, come on, write your own stories. You have your own culture. How about that? Why don't I see fucking tales from Africa? I wonder why. Why needs there be a black Jarl in a Viking series? A black female Jarl in a Viking series. Are you fucking kidding me? Or why is Ariel black? Oh no, it's a Denmark story about a fucking mermaid. No, she's black because we said so. This
Yeah.
is just so
And
pathetic.
why is
and
Rhoda sneezing his ass off? I mean, Rhoda, is your ass all right?
Oh God.
it makes me sneezes.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something. You guys talking about the ideology and all this shit that's going on with the just gender swapping and everything. Now, you remember when I sent you that link about the Super Mario Galaxy trailer? The Walktards are hating that damn trailer right now, and I just found it. I just found it from Yellow Flash. They are hating. Hollywood is hating that trailer. And let me tell you that. You know why? Because of Princess, Peach, and the other princess that's in the galaxy, which is
Rosalina.
Rosalina. And let me tell you right now, they are trying to burn that movie down right now. And I tell you right now, when I saw the trailer earlier, and I did send you the trailer, it's gorgeous. It looks beautiful. It looks good. I saw the first movie and it was pretty good. I ain't gonna front. I'm not a fan of Chris Pratt the acting with Mario, but I think he did okay. It wasn't that bad. But the second one, they're hating both of the princesses right now. And this is the
What?
problem. Why? Nintendo focus more on the kids, but the only thing I don't like about Nintendo is their greed for their hardware. They never change. They never have anything on sale. Nothing whatsoever.
Shit, dude, it's
Yeah.
their goddamn software. You ever seen a Nintendo branded game on sale? If you do,
Never
it's
did.
it's at Christmas and it's maybe 10% off.
Oh
They
yeah,
are,
sure.
dude. They are so
It's
strict about
Yeah, of course.
their software.
If you look at the trailer right now, Hollywood, it's hating on Nintendo's new Super Mario Galaxy movie
I'm pumped
because
for it.
of the woke.
Why?
I like the first one, so I'll be seeing the second.
No, but the second one looks good too. I sent the trailers out already
Yeah,
to a lot of the groups so they could
I will
do a topic
Okay,
on it.
so
show the
I was
trailer.
going to
saw it.
address what Raquel said here. Don't get me wrong, who wouldn't want to insert themselves in a movie or a TV show? But at the same time, the story should be kept as intended it is for everyone, not just for a specific person. And you're likely right on that. But
yes,
I myself, I've been a writer. I was a writer for a good many years, and I always found it in poor taste to you can insert your life experience, but not an image of you. That is,
Thank you.
that's yeah, that's an extremely poor taste. Now, there's a lot of people was like, I don't care, I want to be in it. Well, I don't know, they're not solid people. Is the way I can only speak for myself.
Look at Game of Thrones with J.R.R. Martin. It went on really well. He helped adapt it to his books, but as soon as it got to the point where it was done with his writing and they had to go on something that they concocted themselves, the whole series turned to shit.
Yeah, it did. I read all the books, and I loved it. To be honest, and I watched it very closely. And it was season 4 when he and those motherfuckers D&D, as they are called, they split. He gave them some pointers on where the story will go, and they turned into shit. Every season, it was a downgrade. I mean, there were some good episodes and some good ideas at times, but we all know how it ended, and it was the most disappointing thing I ever saw in my life.
I
Because
know there's
was
some people
really a Gale
that will compare Lord of the Rings to Game of Thrones, and I'm going no. And here's why: J.R.R. Tolkien went through what was it, World War II?
Yeah,
he was real. He was the real thing, and he was putting his experience in a fantasy setting. It wasn't political. He was just telling his lived experience. That's all. I don't know what what's his name? The Lord Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones writer was
R. Martin.
Yeah. Okay. So I can't really speak on that, but looking at him, he's kind of he kind of looks like
He looks like a Humpty Dumpty character.
I mean, he's got a vision. He had a vision, but I remember all the news coming out. Like, people were yelling for more. They loved the show, the first 2 seasons, and he was trying to push out more books to continue the story visually. And yeah, he allowed other writers in, and like Valerian said, they fucked it up.
Unfortunately, I've known people to watch that and try to live up to the pettiness that the characters portray in the TV show, like it's something to achieve. Are you 12? But anyway,
my favorite character was definitely the dog. Sorry. I'm sorry. He reminds me of people I know in real life.
Oh, you mean the dog? And he just realized he's a boy. No, I'm joking. But anyway, yeah, I tried to like the Game of Thrones, but it's kind of like, oh, you like this character? Dead, and then it's kind of like, oh, you're enjoying this show? Here's some wang in your face.
Yeah,
there was a lot of pee-pee.
There were many. There were many. Wiener. Yeah, we remember the South Park episode. Floppy wieners all around. No, seriously. Yeah, it's so sad. I read the books before the series even came out, and I wasn't aware that there is a series till season 2 was finished, and then I started to watch it, and I was actually fascinated by it. It was the best series ever till season 4, and then it started to decline. I was still up for fucking season 5 and 6, but 7 and 8, I was like, what the fuck are you
Oh,
doing here?
7, 8 was
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah, it was
want to
fucking
point out-
garbage.
Rhoda has been a member for a month, and good job. We appreciate it. Thank you. If you want your comment to stand out, you can be a member too.
Wait, is me a member? I think me is a member. Dang,
Hell,
I'm not sure.
Oh, now it gets quiet.
Yeah, so sorry I had to disappear for a bit. I just kept sneezing for some reason.
Yeah, you were allergic to bullshit. That's
This
what
welcome, Man of Culture 1992. I've not seen this name around, but
oh shit, man of culture.
I did see him.
Oh, I haven't heard from. I haven't seen him in quite a bit.
He's
What's up, man?
he's a big he's always there hanging out with Empress.
Yeah, I know. I haven't heard from. Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, I remember. What's going on, man? Coach, how you been, my brother?
Good dude.
it's nice to have you here.
He's French,
Well,
but he's a good dude.
Hey, there's nothing wrong
Well,
with
Wait,
it.
Hey, listen, but here we cover pop media, we cover video games, and sometimes it dips into the political realm. But we there's not much off limits. I mean, not much anyway. So, but ultimately, we're here for community and have a good time
Well,
to support one another.
About the
Right.
Game of Thrones, I tried to read the books. I couldn't get through them because it's like
It was very dry. The way it was written was extremely dry.
Mhm. Well,
Noise.
the thing is every
Noise.
time I
Noise.
got to liking a character, they murdered them, and I'm
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not gonna waste my time with it.
that's the beauty of it, and also the issue of it. The way Martin writes is more realistic, because in reality, if you are a good person and stand up for your morals and stand up for other people, most of the times you will get killed. That's
Hey,
he has a
welcome.
more realistic and
Hey,
nihilistic
welcome.
point of view.
Welcome. Cancel this podcast. It's nice to see you here.
Hi,
Roadkill.
Chase. Hi, Chase. I
Roadkill.
will not call you Jose. No, you're Chase. Hi.
So yeah, it is true that no good deed goes unpunished, but all the same, I'm gonna do the right thing. It's in my nature, and that's not true for everyone. And if that gets you somewhere, good for you, but it's not gonna end well ultimately.
Yeah, I was just comparing TR talking to RR Martin. Okay. The one.
But you said something that you hit right on with, back, standing with people and standing up for people generally gets you backstabbed, and unfortunately that's true. But
Yes.
I'm just not tuned that way, I'm gonna do the right thing.
Yeah, I would rather die than betray my friends. I will be loyal till I'm dead. That's
Well,
just the way you need to. Here's the thing: I cannot look myself in the mirror anymore for different reasons, but that would be the reasons why I would be able to look in the mirror. Because if you are a piece of shit, how can you look in the mirror? How can you sleep?
Well,
It's
look
very
look at
important to be yourself. Listen to your soul.
look at the ultra rich people. They got their, I'm saying not the ones that just inherited money. Of course, they grew up with biases and never knew any struggle, but the ones who made it there, they made it there on the backs of others. And when they get there, they're like, I got all this, but I'm all along. And people, I got yes men, but I'm miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And to go back to what you were saying about movies, John Hughes, who made The Breakfast Club and things like that, he's passed away, but he put
Ooh.
in his will that he didn't want his movies remade. And from what I understand, they're trying to remake them, and they're going to butcher those movies from the 80s.
Oh yes, they absolutely will. Can you imagine if they base it like this happened in the year 2000? Like, I mean, for us, that's like yesterday for many of us, but for today's youth, they're like, whoa, way back then things were so different.
Yep.
well, that's why they glorify the 80s and things like that. It's because they're trying their hardest to live. They're trying to recapture the essence of that generation
You
without
can't do
knowing
it.
They
without
cannot
knowing
do it.
how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, look. If
Cannot.
you were alive in the '80s and old enough to remember how it actually was, all these TV shows is trying to make the '80s this feel good thing. No, the '80s were tough. You had to be made of steel to get through it. Now that you had your freedoms, you had your good things, but you had to be made of steel or you would get chewed up and spit out by the '80s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I was
I
a little kid
for
back then, so I didn't notice that too much. But what
no,
I can
you
say
go.
is the mo- oh, sorry, Rhoda, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, you go. So-
Yeah, we were talking about movies, and here's the thing. I was born 1984, so I was growing up in the 80s and early 90s, and the movies I saw, things like Dark Crystal, The Labyrinth, Fire and Ice, The Last Unicorn, all this good stuff. It is not how people or kids especially grow up now. There is such a big difference, and that's why I yearn for this time and the time when I grew up, because the media and the movies, they were good. I mean, let's be honest, they were good, especially horror movies. I mean, fucking John Carpenter's The Thing, one of the best remakes ever. Oh my god! I mean, that's
Uh,
just tits.
just came to mind. If you're over on Rumble, hit that repost. It will help us out.
Well, the reason why the movies were so much better is because they focused on the story of the movies instead of trying to put in every little political hit piece in a movie nowadays. It seems like everything is about um, just the political stance of the left, or
Mm.
it's just ridiculous. Whereas in the 80s, everything was about the story. It
Yeah,
had nothing to
it
do
was
with what
really
was
fun.
going on.
Now they use it as a platform. They say them so themselves. They are openly admit that they are IP farming and platforming. There are no
Well,
sagas told.
cancel this podcast is absolutely correct on this. Movies of that era didn't feel the need to preach to you about Ronald Reagan. Now, see, I was young in that era, and the movies didn't reflect reality. You know, that's not the movies was a feel good thing. So a lot of people going, "Oh, that's the '80s. I knew the '80s," and it's not. It's absolutely not so. But it is true. They didn't like so hardcore trying to push all these political messages, and identity politics wasn't really a thing then.
Yes.
Yeah, it creeped
I mean,
Well,
out.
I remember like pretty similar to Lilith. Like I'm 1 year younger, um, so like, and not that far away geographically, I suppose, compared to America. So I guess we have pretty similar experiences. And like what I remember from growing up is like you had a thing that did its thing. Like not everything was trying to do a bit of everything. So like if you wanted to play a record, you put it on your record player. If you wanted to watch the TV, you turned your TV on. If you
Well,
wanted to read a book, you read a book, etc., etc.
let me summarize my take on that. Now everything's at your fingertips. Oh, I feel like hearing this. I feel like watching this. Oh, I'm gonna, whatever, right? And it's just keyboard, touch, whatever, right? Back then it was like I have these records or these cassette tapes, and I'm gonna listen to them 1 billion times. You're like,
Yeah.
this show is gonna be on
Mhm,
once a week, and I gotta be there when it comes on.
Yeah.
Okay,
mhm,
you got up,
mhm.
you got up
And
in
you
the
know what?
morning,
That gave a
and if
structure.
you weren't, you got up in the morning, and if you weren't busy doing your chores or out doing a job, or when you had time out helping your friends do their chores and jobs, or those times you could just hang out, you were lazy. No one's just sit around and go, oh, I'm gonna slum it, waste some time. It wasn't really a thing then. It just wasn't.
It wasn't. I mean,
well,
here's
I
the thing.
mean,
I
I
was more
know.
outside, catching animals and doing outside nature stuff with friends. We did build tree houses and shit like that. I'll prefer that rather to sit down watching the telly. But of course, I did watch the telly and I did play video games. But end of the day, I'd rather be outside doing cool stuff. And that is
Yeah.
so gone.
And
That is so gone.
yeah, when I first got my iPhone 3GS, when the 3GS came out, not the 3G, so the second iteration of the iPhone, I felt spoiled. I was like, holy shit, I can play games, listen to music, search the internet. I can do all this on a phone. And my girlfriend at the time, I was like, dude, you got to get this. Like, there's banking apps. And they were like, nah, I don't like it. It's weird. She was 7 years older than me. And then she finally got one and a few months later, and she hasn't had her face out of it since.
You know, I really had to make this interesting. Let's just mess with roadkill for 1 second.
What? What?
We need a taco truck chase blooper right now. Let's
All
make everybody fucking laugh.
Hey, it's 420, everyone.
All right, roadkill.
Tonight, Akina belongs to the Nismo. Perfectly set up. Hope you like your tacos with a side of tire smoke, Furious Man. What in the... Did a taco truck just outdrift me? Damn you, roadkill!
Nice. Nice.
I'm sorry,
That
but you
was
know what it
good.
is, though? We gotta have fun here, bro. We need some entertainment. But I need to say one thing. My YouTube account's getting scary now. Every hour or every 15 to 16 to 17 minutes, I've been getting a subscriber.
Oh,
Ever since I put that 1.6 that I had made with the video
Guys,
of that creature getting blown the fuck up.
I will say that
It's scary.
YouTube wants you to do one thing. They want you to either make videos or make shorts or live stream. And
Yep.
when you start doing shorts, it's going to pull away from the other. So you got to be careful with that.
Oh, yeah.
that is
Yeah.
true.
It's getting scary. The only thing I'm worried about is the watch hours. So that my watch hour might drop because of my monetization. But I mean, literally, it's fun. I'm having a thrill with it, and I hope everybody does almost the same thing I've been doing, and hopefully they find their own success and in their way. And like I said, man, I'm here to support. I'm here 100%. If anything, how I'm doing it, you can always ask me. I'm there. I'll show you the video I'll show you the video in a little bit what's making this thing blow up. I don't even know how this is going, but it's scary.
It is. It's because YouTube put an AI to detecting these things and allowed it to auto ban without any human interaction.
Yeah.
So I've heard different things. I've heard it's been millions over the few months. I've heard it's been tens of thousands. I've heard different things, but it is clear it's happening in mass. Yeah. AI, eventually everything's AI ran. Everything's AI. I go to use editing software and it's like, oh, you can no longer do it yourself. Now you have to tell our AI what to do, and the AI can't do anything.
But the thing is,
Yeah, unless you write a script.
They're not listening
You just
to the
crippled
people.
the hell out of me.
Unless you write
Yeah.
a script.
They're not listening to the people who go, hey, heads up, your software sucks because it does this. And they're just like, whatever. They let AI build AI. And I'm like, okay, where are the humans at? Can you fix this? And they're like, nope, AI fixes AI.
Listen, don't listen to him. He's AI himself.
There. Exactly. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying is when there's a problem with AI or their algorithm and how they judge, like there's no one there to fix it. They'll fix it in like a year, and then they'll come back with a sorry statement. And I'm like, what, dude, YouTube, do you have like 2 people working at your fucking corporate office? Like, fix your shit, dude.
Well,
And this is the video that's been blowing on my YouTube right now, and I'm gonna show it to you. But it's hilarious.
Holy shit, Val.
Hey,
Hilarious.
yeah, this is great. This is what I like to see. I love to see this.
Damn.
Valkyria Winter.
Miss Sparkle's lurking.
And
Gotcha.
he's known around circles of the internet, right?
Yep.
He's known. I'm not gonna say what for, but he's known.
I don't care what
That's
anybody
gifted.
says.
He
Valkyria
has
winner.
gifted 10 noise pollution memberships. I gotta
I
give him a
love when
celebration
people.
clip of that.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Give him a clip.
Even Valkyria Win is welcome anywhere. Anyway, in my show, your show, anywhere.
Not in my goddamn mouth.
Better give him more than that, Noise. You better give him more than that. You know what we can give him? We can give him this.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party, 'cause I'm in a Barbie world.
The first one's still my
Look,
favorite.
listen.
Me too.
I know Valkyria will appreciate that. If not, he can imagine those girls being more than girls.
We got one more video
Yeah.
to show them. Let's share the stream. One more video. This is this is for him right here. He loves Fudas. We gotta give him Fudas.
Is that glare all you've got, human? Tear you apart today. What? Stay down, demon. You picked the wrong guy to mess with. Remember the name, Furious Dan. Is that glare all you?
That's it, man. That's the video that's been blowing up my freaking channel right now, bro.
So,
That's the video.
so no, Valkyria Winter, he really is an all right guy, and I don't care anyone's orientation or preferences. He's a really solid guy. When he's on here, and he's usually on my Mondays and Thursday shows, which is at a different time because I like to do different times for different people's availabilities. He's right there with, he's helping me moderate. He's like, hey, that, everybody settle down, let this person talk. And I'm grateful that he does contribute in that way in many more ways.
Yeah, he always tells me to shut the fuck up when I overtalk. He's a good moderator.
He is. Yeah, he's a good moderator. Exactly. Whereas when Lilith goes on at like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're cooking,
No,
I usually lay back and I'm just like, all right, and then that's where it happens, and that's where they're like, "Where's Roadkill?"
Is he alive? Is he still alive?
I love you guys.
But I don't want to shut you down. I'm like, dude, you're cooking. Say your piece.
There's gonna be a part 2 on that video, and it's gonna be in the works. Believe me, it's gonna be more than.
Yeah, I told you to imagine those girls as something more.
What did I read?
I love. I want to say something. I do love when people put in memberships, and then it calls out people that are there, and you're like, "Oh, you were here the whole time. You didn't say shit."
It does lose them out because what happened was this girl was on the Will of the Fan show, right? And I was in the panel, and this girl that I haven't seen stream in quite a while, and her name is Ferocious Kitten. She just appeared because of the gifted membership. I was like, and I said hello and everything to her. She didn't say nothing back.
You scared her off, Dan. You scared her off, and that's why we run a tight taco truck. But sometimes you get out and you scare off the girls, and that's not cool.
What's wrong with you? I beat up on food this whole day. Come on.
Which people are obviously not aware of. You can get a gifted membership not being on the show at all. All you need to be is subscribed and open to it.
So we have Jeremiah here, and he's a great guy. He's
I don't know who that is.
He says, "Hey, Noise and Peeps, I have good news. I streamed today. I told some of my panel, but I only saw 10 viewed, but only 10 commented in my live."
Jeremiah, when you as soon as you sent me that message on Discord, we were starting the show, and I was like, and I only have 2 devices, so I have to stay on YouTube and then on panel on the other one. So I couldn't be there, man. Sorry.
Yeah, we are busy with our own stuff. It's not disrespect or something. It's just a time issue. That will be always there because there are many shows in the same time slot. And
Hey, look, I know there's a lot of people out there is like, I want to support you, but I support so many. Let me tell you this, and you can ask these people here with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just a talking face at you. If you back me up, I will back you up to the end.
I'm the same way.
That's very true.
I'm the same way.
Oh, hi, I don't know how to say his name. I'm
Sardock,
sorry.
Mr.
Yeah,
Sardock.
Stardock. Yeah.
He's good. He's good,
Oh,
dude.
Ben,
That's
Yeah, he's my co-host on the
Yeah.
Tomb Raider shows.
yeah, that's Rhoda's friend.
he has a very
Mhm.
nice voice, and he makes the spam fish jutsu. Fish, 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 fish in your face.
Even if people can't afford to give a gift membership or a super chat or anything, just subscribing is enough.
Yeah, it's all
Oh,
free.
absolutely.
That's free.
Yeah,
As-
reposting, subscribing, and liking. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
If I may speak, as I see it, the most valuable thing people can give is their time because it's limited. So I always myself, people spending the time with you is the biggest compliment.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's multiple ways to support, and just being here is a lot. You know?
Chatting.
It's
Yeah.
it's the most, in my opinion, at least.
Hmm.
And also, you know what? There are shy people that just tune in, don't know us, and they're just interested in what we're talking about. So, good on them. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
oh, I'm sorry, Val.
And it's
go
a big
ahead.
shout out.
No, I just wanted to say thank you to the people that are watching.
Yeah.
Of course, you're welcome.
But, Cancel This Podcast said about the 80s, about the VCRs and stuff, and going back to the movies and stuff like that. That was the time when politics was for old people. Kids didn't,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they didn't want to
Yeah.
hear.
It'd be the blue hairs and the white hairs that'd be talking to politics. Nobody younger did in the 80s. They just didn't.
Yeah.
Well, it's still the blue hairs now.
Yeah.
Just the color blue.
Kind of
Oh
blue
my
hair.
god. Here's the thing. Remember back then, having blue hairs or white hairs made you cool? You stand out. You were like a punk and shit like that. You were like a rebel. Now it's a sign of conformity. It's a
Mhm.
sign of mind caged bullshit people.
Okay.
Oh, and
Wait.
Mm.
When I say blue hairs, the thing is, if you haven't been around very many old people, a lot of them, that I don't know if it's something they're doing or if it's a natural occurring phenomenon, but they have a blue tint to their white hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can tell you this with some authority, because my late mother was a hairdresser. It's called a blue rinse.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
my
It
great
takes the
great
yellow out of
grandmother
the
had
gray.
a bit of a violent hue in her hair. I remember she died when I was 4 years old, but I remember her face and her hair, and she had some bit of violet in her white hairs, which always amazed me. And she didn't fucking dye this. It's just it had this hue about it. It wasn't blue in this case. It was more violet, but
Okay,
but
so
it was like a blue violet kind of deal.
Cancel This Podcast says in the 80s, all I cared about was kicking people's asses in Street Fighter 2 arcade machines at the local pizza place. Yeah, I was very much into games, but I was also in real street fights, and I was in the martial arts, right? So everybody got picked on, right? I just happened to be the motherfucker to be like, oh, it's not gonna go down like this. I'm gonna fight back to my dying breath.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well,
Jace, my time with all that was in the early 90s at the bowling alley, at the pizza places, at 7-Eleven. They still had arcade machines in the early 90s. Yeah, man. Those good times. And comics. They had comics at 7-Eleven.
Are you
I
Americans
remember
were
when you could
spoiled?
go to the grocery store and get comics.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had one arcade in Vienna when I was a fucking kid and teenager. One arcade, one in the whole fucking city. You are so spoiled.
And I bet your candies were rocks with powdered sugar on it.
Lilith.
No, but the fact is, I wasn't much at the arcades because there only was one, and it's expensive as fuck. But yeah, I was at the arcades at times, but here in Austria, it was something very, very special, not
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, I remember having one of my maybe like my 7th, 8th birthday at a nice arcade in a mall. But other than that, it was like you would find a random small area where they would have arcade machines. But to go to a real arcade, your parents were like, "Oh shit, here we go." Like this is gonna be expensive. So I didn't have a lot of time in real arcades, but like the small, like I said, the bowling alley, 7-Eleven. Yeah, give me a quarter. Yeah.
In the early 90s, I was helping run a place, and I looked into renting. You don't buy the arcade machines because they're insanely expensive. You rent them. And the more popular the game, the more expensive the rent is. And for the small area I was in, it had to come from about 300 miles away, but they would bring a big truck and unload it. And yeah, that's it. If you're privy to that kind of thing, you had to rent arcade machines, and the more popular, the more newer ones were just insanely expensive.
I bet.
When
I remember when they.
seeing Sega Rally 2 for the first time, and it was a whole car.
Wait a minute. What?
So we did exactly the same time then.
Yeah, Rhoda, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw Sega Rally 2 arcade. It's like just about an affordable taxi ride away from where I was living, and it was the whole car, and you got inside it, and it had the pedals and the wheel. Like, bear in mind, we'd only ever played this shit on controller, and it was just, and there was a pair of machines, and they were both 2 cars, so you could have 4 up, and it was just like, I mean, I was crap at it, but that was absolutely wild. I think it was when Sega I think it was Sega's Model 3 arcade board or something. So but basically what ended up being like made really small and be put in the Dreamcast, but like 10 years before or 5 years before. And yeah, that was absolutely crazy. Like we'd never seen anything like it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the show is going to go on roughly another half an hour. I was thinking of throwing in one more topic in this
I
time,
wanted to say something about
and
this.
and I think this one will be particularly interesting to Rhoda, seeing as how he's a musician. But Lilith, what do you want to say?
I just wanted to say, in my time in the arcade, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter were the ones who were the most money gobbling. Like everyone wanted to play. There were lines, and there was always this big kid who is too old beating the shit out of all others. I beat his ass.
Okay, so what we have here, AI generated song tops Billboard country chart. Now it does have the song on here, and for an AI song, it sounds good, even though country's not really my thing. But I just can't help to see this as the way the industry is going to be going, seeing as how a country song topped the charts, and an AI country song, that is.
Oh, that's sad.
I have so many things to say about this, but I'll wait my turn.
I think go for it, Lilith. I mean, I've got a lot to say about it as well, but I need to kind of master my thoughts a bit.
I don't really have any reading to do on this, so who wants to start?
I would like to, because I'm making AI music now for more than half a year. And here's the thing,
Okay.
it is the future. For a simple fact, I'm a musician myself. I can play 3 instruments. I can kind of sing to a certain degree, but here's the funny thing. Even with the free software that is called Suno that I use, I make songs that I could not play myself because I don't have the skill. There will be riffs, there will be melodies, there will be skill that I cannot replicate myself. So of course it will be the future. It's just a matter of time, how much you can control it to make what you want, not being as random as me.
I would like to encourage people to learn how to sing, people to learn how to use instruments. When AI music cements more so into the zeitgeist of society, I'm only going to find it to be unfortunate. Now it might be convenient for you, but people losing talent and skill and ability and motivation, that is so unfortunate.
Yeah,
It
and
is,
the thing
it
is, the thing is, and I
I'm
need to say
perfectly
here, it's pretty bad for people that want to start out singing with instruments, like you said. But I think it's pretty wrong that it's okay that we are using the AI to make music intros and stuff like that, but it's still wrong that it's taking a lot of creativity away. Like art is being going is fading, real art is fading, real music is fading. Like not too many people are making music videos anymore. It's about a time that, like you say, even Lilith was gonna say it, AI is gonna take over everything, and it's just a fact.
I think
just
it's
a
sad
fact.
because real music has a specific feel to it, and you can actually tell the difference when you listen to it. When you listen to AI and you listen to real music, it doesn't have that psychological connection that you
Well,
have with music.
here it
Exactly.
is.
It's
Here it
supposed to have
is.
passion.
In beauty, it's certain perfections mixed with certain flaws that make beauty. The same is true of art.
Yes, yes, of course it is. And here's what I think. AI will take over for the certain years to come, and it will get really good. But that gives then, furthermore, a renaissance to the real skills. There will be a new wave of purists. I mean, I can make a picture with AI better than I can draw, and I can draw very well, but I cannot draw that well. But here's the thing:
Okay,
the human
I get that,
element
but what about the
will
people
get
who are
more.
actual artists and the
Yeah,
next generation, which will be lacking actual artists?
yeah.
Well,
There are
I
many
mean,
issues to be had, but I predict that the real arts made by humans get more traction in the future because of AI, because it is
well,
all slopped down, because everyone can do it.
People
The
will always
value,
go with what's cheap and quick.
Mhm.
yeah,
well,
of
here's
course
the
they
thing.
do.
Here's the
People
thing
are like,
about this. It's very simple, and you lose the human connection if you're
mhm.
relying on AI to do everything artistically, then you lose that human connection.
I'm much in agreement with you. And what I predict for the future is exactly that. The AI will disconnect everyone, and then the human connection, the real artists, the real musicians will get more um, fame and recognition than before, even because people will realize that this stuff is not real to a certain degree, if you get catch my drift here. I see something very interesting happening because nowadays everyone that hasn't even any fucking talent could make a good song with AI. The funny
That's
thing is,
that's
I make
not
better
true though.
songs with AI that I can do myself. That's why I brought this up. But end of the day, if this will get oversaturated, when everyone is an AI artist, people will look for real artists. Simple as that.
Mhm. Yeah, there'll always be a place for real live music. There'll always be a place for actual humans coming together and some people picking up some instruments and actually, doing stuff live. I mean, I've done that. I've done that since like I'm 40 and I've done that since I was 13. I started out playing guitar, then I was a singer, then I was a bass player. Um, and there's always going to be a buzz around coming to see a live concert. I I do AI music. I use it more as a writing tool than
So
anything
you do
really.
music?
Hmm?
You do music?
Do music.
I do music.
Ew.
He said shit music.
We're going for a jet. Da-da-da.
Yeah, we'll do- Oh no, did someone shit the bed? Oh no.
How many people here are familiar with the diarrhea song?
No.
Roadkill because the tacos.
Anyway,
Oh, I
anyway.
just sneezed like
Oh,
three
what
times in
I
a row.
really want you guys to see is the Chicken Attack song. You know that one? That's so funny to me because it's a Japanese guy who makes the yodeling, and the yodeling is an Austrian thing. And since I'm an Austrian and half Japanese, it really made my bone fucking tickled, and I laughed my ass off. Oh, the Chicken Attack song. Oh, it needs to be known by everyone. It's so fucking funny. No, not the brown notes. I don't want to have slit in my pants. Fuck you, Slay. What the fuck?
Hey, next time we should have Slay over here, though.
That was good. That was a good one.
Oh man, that was funny.
I'm sorry. I'm shutting up now. But listen to Chicken Attack. It's awesome. Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with Saint Hugo, what he's actually saying.
Well,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
industry.
That's kind of where I
Okay.
was heading with that.
Here's the thing: the reason rock music still isn't so much a thing is because not because the people's like we just don't like it anymore, but rather the industry started pushing a different type of music. And the thing is they're going to start pushing AI music, and the real artists will not have a chance to get out there. Maybe they're not under attack right now. They will be.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that what's gonna happen, you're gonna see a lot of protests with people in guitars, bring back music, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
And that
Yeah.
will be bigger than the AI scene.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
it was last time. It will be next time. I mean,
Yep.
last time was when like the late 90s, early 2000s, when all like the DAWs came out, particularly the hardware ones that you could actually bring to a live gig. And yeah, I've used those to quite great effect, but you never get as much of a buzz from the audience unless you're actually like physically playing the notes yourself. Like I mean something like say what have I got over there? A Korg Elect Tribe. Let's say a Korg Elect Tribe. You know, you can do entire productions on that.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Yeah, fuck off.
and people said exactly the same thing. You know, like it's not real music. You know, you're just pressing a couple of buttons and all of that kind of shit. And you know what? A lot of people really liked it, and a lot of people didn't, and real bands stayed, and that stayed as well. You know, there's basically if people are going to listen to it, then there's always going to be a market for it, and there will always be a market for real bands. And yeah, okay, if it discourages some people from actually bothering to learn a real instrument, then good, because the people who actually learn real instruments are the ones who actually want to learn real instruments, like I did. Even though I had access to all that technology in the late 90s and early 2000s, I still like proceeded with like my real instruments and my real singing and my real writing anyway. Like I still have my first notebook from when I started writing songs when I was about 13.
Ah, shit, I lost all my shit.
And that's like, you know, a biro on a reporter's notebook. And I still look back into it for inspiration, like rewrite shit. And you know, sometimes I use that for real music, like real music. Sometimes I use it for synth stuff, and sometimes I use it for AI stuff. You know, I have space, like even in my own creativity, like actually putting time into making something. I have space for all three. So, you know, if they can coexist with someone who's actually making it, they can coexist with someone who's listening to it. You know, that there's, you know, different markets for different tastes and all of that. But
Well, yeah, I mean, you can tell this man hates AI. He hates AI.
Dan fucking damn playing the goddamn slot machines or whatever he's doing.
Very funny. Yeah, that is AI right there. What
At the
you're seeing.
casino.
This is an AI animated character. Yeah, it's. I don't support.
Okay, so what about the poor artist who didn't get your permission to make that character then?
No,
absolutely. Saint Hugo, I agree. I'm all for human skills, but I endorse AI as a tool. As long as it's a tool, and you don't lean into that tool too heavily, that it starts wiping away at the real human element.
And that is my AI version of myself playing whatever the fuck it is doing, because AI made me put cups in my hands, a bunch of other shit. Oh, look, I'm talking to a cup.
It looks like you're eating beef jerky, taking shots.
Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Look, I just don't understand it. But I did it for comedy purposes. But
Yeah.
not to take somebody's job away and have him without nothing.
Exactly.
This is something that right now, if it was, for example, if I would get to pay a real artist to do this, it will cost me about $5,000 to $7,000 just for the little clip here that I'm showing you. But in reality, all I did was write down the script, told AI to do this, and that. Bring this picture to life. Draw me as an anime, and it did it, and it brought it to life as I told it. And look where it's at right now.
Isn't
Well,
AI
yeah,
music?
exactly what I said. People will go with what's cheap, convenient, and quick.
Exactly.
AI music seems like to be the next stage up from auto-tune, because right now there's a lot of auto-tune music, and that's why a lot of people don't like current music, is because everything is auto-tuned to death.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it kills it.
now that's where I can agree with you. Auto tune is shite.
Yeah, and it seems like AI music is just the next step up.
Yeah.
I completely disagree with that.
It's a big step, but it's a step up from auto-tune, because auto-tune
I personally don't like it. I would rather have.
Right,
I mean, I liked it better when garage bands were a thing, but
thank you.
Well, they still are.
But I don't like how all popular music is either auto-tuned to death, or now it's going to be all AI tuned to death. It's stupid.
But Rhoda,
Everybody's
they're just
independent now.
uncommon now. Garage bands are uncommon. That's all.
They're not. It's just if everybody's their own promoter now. It's the same with all of us, with all of our channels and everything. You know, but if you actually go into a bar, you're not gonna. You know, if I was to get the train over into the next big town where like all the music venues that I used to play in my bands, they're still going to have bands on, and they're still going to be packed.
Nice.
You know, I mean, we made like our final gig when the band split up back in March. We made hundreds. Like I took home like over 200 myself just as the bass player. You know, I didn't even write any of that.
That's awesome.
You know, I didn't even have writing credits, and I took home over 200 quid, and that was this year.
Here's a question: did you notice something that is really rare? Most females don't write their own songs, and I wonder why. Because I always wrote my own shit.
May I impede for 1 second?
Most established artists they buy songs, or they have people give them songs. Most established artists rarely write their own stuff now.
Yeah, I wanna add on that while you continue, Lilith. Is fuck Taylor Swift. Continue.
I never listened to a single song of this.
I couldn't name one.
Taste. You know my music taste. I only listen to metal and classic music and some electronics, and that's kind of it. I don't like the what would you call it without being offensive? Those rhythm-based, vibe-based musics. I don't like.
Are you trying to say jungle music? Is that what you're meaning to say?
Yeah, kind of that.
Are you saying R&B,
listen.
rhythm and blues?
Listen, I'm not being racist. What I'm saying is, in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, that have been like, oh, I get what you mean. Now it's like, you racist.
Well, no, the rhythm and blues at its core in the beginning was beautiful, and all of the music that we listen to has benefited from it. But now rhythm and blues is auto tune. It's all about a certain culture, and you know, baby, let me rub that booty, and it's like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, rhythm and blues in its original form was awesome.
I need to say again, choose your music.
Let me clarify. I'm not being racist. I mean, my favorite thing is rock and roll, and that came from black people. It did.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, I love both. I mean, I think black people are very quiet. I think black people are very musically inclined. I don't know about these days, but in the past they have been, and I so appreciate what has been contributed.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have music without emotion, and rhythm and blues is full or was full of emotion.
Yep.
But
That's
I didn't
where
like it.
the foundation. Wait a minute, Lilith. That's where the foundation, along with classical music, it's all started with classical music, and then it evolved into these different genres. Well, with the upcoming musical inclinations of AI, that's going to go away because you cannot get human emotion from
AI is
playing piano.
derivative
It's
and
learning.
derivative.
It's learning. It's learning to
I, I,
be
I'm I'm
more
Roadkill side
humanistic.
here. Yes,
It's learning to
it's
fake it is what it's learning. Is learning to fake it.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I'm in agreement with Roadkill and Noise at the same time. It is learning, but it's still fake, and it will be fake. But it will get to the point where you can't tell the difference anymore. Mark my words. The day will come that you cannot tell if this is a real band or it is AI music. This day will come that even a ear that really understands music can't tell the difference anymore. And I say
Yeah,
it's like
okay.
2.5 years. It will be on this exact point, free for everyone. That's what I predict because
Okay, you're probably
really kind
right,
of close
but
already.
let me tell you why that doesn't matter. Because it's been like it's already been decades since any like actual band that's not just like one artist who's promoted by a record label and put all over the radio stations and paid for in advance and actually doesn't really get much in return. It's been, apart from that, it's been decades since anybody in music made their money from their records. The record is just an advert for the gig. The only revenue is in selling out venues, and the only thing that's going to sell out venues is
Okay,
an
there's
actual
truth to that.
band.
There's truth to that. Even Metallica, a band everyone knows.
Jeremiah does he Jeremiah is also a musician, and what he's pointing out here is
Yeah, he's
absolutely
good as
true.
well.
Blues itself was segregated from what we call country, was alternative name white man's blues back in the early 1900s.
I
And then
didn't
there was
know.
bluegrass. Of course, there was bluegrass as well.
I think everyone had the blues back then.
No, no, I did not.
I
Here's
think
the
we're going to
thing.
end up becoming like Star Trek Next Generations, where they showed people dancing and they all had like this light tube and they all stood around and all this like computerized music. That's why I see that's coming to.
That's what I'm worried about. Like people go to like a bar
Oh,
or a restaurant and someone just pushes a button and AI does the rest. There's no DJ, there's no band, and I'm like, how sad is that? That's going to be the future, man.
Yep. I
yeah,
see
to a
that.
certain degree it will, but as I said, it will push the other side again. This will be normalized. That will be the standard, and the standards create, of course, research into back to the old ways. So what is lost now will be bigger after, because the pendulum swings always left and right in every case. It is just the way this world works for a sad reason I can't explain, but it just does. There will be eras where there is sexual modesty, and then there will be eras like ours at the moment where there will be sluts and whores everywhere, and you cannot do anything about it. It's just a pendulum striking back and forth. If it be religion or fucking ideologies, fucking whatever, it is always a fucking like a roller coaster. It goes up and
Lilith.
down, up and down.
It's gonna be it's
Sorry,
gonna
I
be
shut
sluts
up.
and whores
Shut up.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
really?
yeah. I mean, like you can go out and play the slots anytime you want. It's just gonna cost you.
Oh my god, dude.
It's gonna cost you a lot.
I'm so worried for our
Nickel and
future.
dime along with it.
I wake
We
up in
need-
a cold
we need-
sweat dreaming about it.
Now we need to protect the kids, and I'm sorry that I cannot have kids, but we need to protect the kids.
That's it.
And this world at the moment does a very bad job at it. Very, very bad job at it.
The majority, yes, yeah, everyone's kind of fading away, and the ones that are dialed in, good on you.
And the
Well,
thing is,
the ones that are
the birth
dialed
rate's
in,
going down
they're
because
so
all the political shit that's going on too.
Mhm.
Yeah, because a lot of
Identity
people don't want to have
politics
kids
in
anymore.
particular.
A lot of
Yeah,
people don't
no,
want to have kids
that's from
anymore.
every side. That's the thing. That
Yeah.
is, it's not one attack. It's a multi attack from every fucking side
Yep.
imaginable.
Yep. And the thing is that why a lot of people don't want to have kids? First of all, they're scared to get with the wrong spouse. They're scared to actually have the wrong spouse mistreating the child. And two, the government is always pinning either on one person that's bad or not or good. The person that suffers the good one that's trying the best he can to actually raise that child correct, but then the other partner doesn't want to, comprehend with it. So yeah, and on top of that, the prices, like we talking about to feed the child, doctors,
Mhm.
medical and insurances. We're talking about food. We're talking about a better place and better condition for the child to have to roam around. It's a lot with the way this world is going.
Yeah.
It's scary. It is.
One funny my history professor in college said, and mind you, this is history class, okay? I can't remember exactly what name it was, but we're in college, community college. The guy was super smart, but he had a chip on his shoulder about kids. His wife was, he talked about it. He was like, my wife's, pushing me for kids. And one day he turned around. He was like, kids are the worst economic choice you could ever make in your life. And I was like, damn, dude. Like, we're here for history. Like, what does that have to do with what we're
sounds to
talking
me
about?
The truth on this
like
one.
he was projecting a lot
Yeah.
of his own
No,
Yeah.
it's
into the
all about of the indoctrination bullshit.
Yep.
Here's the thing: people got so upset about being their series, their movies, their games invaded by this fucking bullshit. You should have noticed that 20 years ago they invaded the education. That is the linchpin of all of this. And now you have two or three generations that are fucked up, like for real, and no one was seeing it or do anything about it, and it's still here we are fighting the same battle.
Okay.
Now at least people see it, but it's
So-
kind of too late.
It's about time to wrap this up. So it's going to take a little bit giving an outro. So, okay, since I don't believe Elijah's there at the moment, so we'll start with myself, I suppose. Catch my show also on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Any other time, do your own conversions. We will have a good many of these same people as well as different people. We just about always have a full panel and we have a good time. And sometimes we cover things as well. But whatever, it's about community, it's about support. It's about all of us. So, Elijah, what do you have to promote?
Well, I am the co-host of Noise Pollution on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and so is Big Shirley. So yes, that's where I will be, or we will be, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Big Noise Pollution, and everybody has to do their own math conversion of the time. Don't ask me to do the math, but anyway, that's where I'll be, and I hope to see everybody, and hopefully we'll get new people
Yeah.
to come on and be on in our community.
And hopefully we get enough support, which we've gotten some decent support today, but hopefully we continue getting enough support to also do a Wednesday show as we are right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Lilith.
Yeah, well, as you all know, I will always be at Noise's back. He is good friends to me. He's the first one who ever let me speak online in the first place. So I will be on his Mondays and Thursdays and now Wednesday shows, of course. There will be future projects with Rhoda. We will make our own show at some point. At times, I will be invited. Shout out to Will of the Fans. He lets me play chat box with him, and Cyphex was let me be on his show. And for myself, I at the moment only make the AI music, but I will prep myself, learn the skills, and I will make my own channel soon too. Just wait for it. It's gonna be fucking obliterating and fucking offensive as fuck. I will never get monetized. I will be banned instantly. But here we go. That's just what it is.
Okay, now over to Rhoda.
All right. Well, yeah. I will be. I've not done much on my own channel recently due to work commitments, but from like Friday onwards, my own shit will be kind of back where it should be, hopefully. God, that sounded disgusting, didn't it? Anyway, yeah. So hopefully back to regular content on my channel from Friday onwards. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, I'll be on Will of the Fan show from like 2 p.m. UK. No one knows how long that's going to go on for anymore. But that's great. That's great because you know it's kind of got more free form in recent months, a bit more like this really. And then of course I'll be popping along to see you guys in for what you would be the evening, for me would be Friday morning for Thursday Night Noise. And you know, if there's not enough space for me on the panel, I'll be in chat anyway. So yeah, that's the next two things I'm going to be able to do. So see you then, hopefully.
Yeah, people really seem to enjoy being on my panel, and you know, I suppose now and then I can be a hard ass, but I really thrive not to be. I want it to be organic. I want everybody to be at ease, and I want everybody to know that we're here for each other. We're here about community and support.
You is my friend now, which is
Okay,
hard
so
to do.
if you're there, Valerian, do you have anything you want to promote or like to say?
I don't have anything to promote, but I'm just here to support you guys and to support whenever needed. That's it. Thank you for letting me be on the show.
Oh,
well, I do have a game stream tonight with Echoes of the Living. Maybe like in an hour or so after I finish what I have to do here. And I also have upcoming more, clips with funny little AI videos with anime and stuff like that, with the taco trucks and the motorcycles and the food us get beat up on the so you know how it is. But like I said, guys, you could go find me on YouTube or on Rumble. It goes by Furious Dan. 45 on Rumble, and you can also find me on Twitch and on X as well. And I'll be here, and try to entertain the best I can for you guys to have fun. So, how it is, guys. And I normally be hanging out with Noise and also appears in other panel shows also as well when I get invited. So you guys can go over there and also subscribe to the host also as well and put a like. So it's about it, So tonight I'll be doing a show.
And Roadkill.
You can find my ass on Noise Pollution Mondays and Thursdays. The Wednesday shows at 3:00 Eastern. The Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, I'm trying to do my own thing coming up. Got stupid other shit to deal with. But by the way, if you need some goddamn tacos or Ozempic, just hit my DMs.
That's it. I'm getting the Centra.
No. Roadkill's be hoggings. He gonna be hogging.
I'll take you hogging one time, Lilith. I don't think you'll like it, but we'll
I
check it
like
out.
it.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, there are 3 types of hogging.
Orale, Roadkill, we need some taquitos, okay, my friend?
You shut your ass up back there, boy, and get off your goddamn phone.
So I know you're used to hearing like and share and all this and seeing these pop-ups going like, and we all kind of become numb to it. But oftentimes I've seen people's like, I've been here all the time. I do enjoy this, but I genuinely forgot to hit that button. So, we would be grateful if you would do that.
The stream. Lick the stream. It tastes like awesome. Just
Yeah,
lick it.
lick and shart.
Tastes like awesome.
You know what? If you ever lick the screen, you get electrocuted. You'd be wired, man, instead.
Oh no, I tried it. I tried it once, and it was very, very uneventful. So
Oh, my Mondays and Thursdays stream goes, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours. It has been known to go to near 8, but no, these days
Oh,
I
we
4 to
killed
5.
the egg. Sorry, Noise.
Yeah, well, see, here's what happens. We get so far in and everybody's falling asleep and Lilith has something to say. And that's why we had like an 8-hour stream.
Yeah, we did beat the 8 hours. We had one where we were over 8 hours.
There have been
not my
times when
fault.
I've said hello in chat on my way to work, and then when I come
Okay.
home from work, you've still been streaming.
that's a long panel show.
But I will say we are not as bad as Dan with it. This motherfucker would be like one game, 12 hours. 12 hours, just one game.
Yeah, legendary.
You know what is that called?
Wait for it.
And
Wait for it.
that's-
Gary.
It's called passion. It's called passion and loving the game, and it's called an overkill.
But these are like Zoom meetings. You have to be
Represent
you have to be aware. You have to be there. You have to be present. You can't just back off. Whereas gaming streams, you can, dude, you're gaming. You're having a good time. But on a panel,
Wait, did you say he was gaming?
yes, yes, I
He
believe
said
it's spelled
gaming streams.
GAYMING.
So when you're monetized, you can work from home.
That was good. That was good.
Damn.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But here's the thing, gamers, if you're really into a game, you will play it 12 hours plus. You will sleep like 3 or 4 hours, and you will play again. It's like that's what real gamers do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, topic panels are different. Topic panels are you have to be very, like, you have to be vigilant. It's not like sitting back and playing a game. I'm not putting you down, Dan, because you also you have Discord, chat, and gaming at the same time. That shit ain't easy. So congrats to you.
No, he did well,
fun.
and he's a real gamer. I have respect for you, Dan. You are a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, cancel this podcast. He's like, I sometimes do long game streams, but only if I'm home and no one bothers me at the house for hours on end. And he plays RPG gamers, and that's usually my go-to. I like the RPG styled ones.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, I need to admit, I like the games where you can fucking cut and kill stuff. That's the
Okay.
more fun one.
See, this is how we have like 8-hour streams, because I'm like, well, it's about fuck. Okay, so I'll say again, catch me on Mondays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Any other time, do your own conversion. I will do a redirect, which in other words is a raid on YouTube over to probably Jay Viper, because he's cool. Jay Viper's always great.
Yeah, he's a
fellow snake. A fellow snake. There will be snakes.
And with that, we'll see you Thursday. We'll see you Thursday. And we're out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.